5 on your side at 4. Focused on you.
Today marks 1 month since Hamas terrorists attacked Israel, killing 1,400 people, taking more than 200 hostages, and igniting war between Israel and Hamas. After weeks of retaliatory Israeli strikes, more than 10,000 people have died in Gaza. Good afternoon. I'm Brent Solomon.
And I'm Kay Quinn. The Israel Defense Forces is marking the milestone by pushing ground forces deeper into Gaza. Israeli ground troops have battled Palestinian militants for over a week, cutting the territory in half and encircling the city. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says Israel will likely maintain control of security in Gaza once Hamas is defeated, but his comments point to uncertainty surrounding the endgame of the war that Israel says will go on for some time.
One of the conversations that Secretary Blinken's been having in the region is, what does post-conflict Gaza look like? What does governance look like in Gaza? Because whatever it is, it can't be what it was on October 6th. It can't be Hamas.
Netanyahu says there will be no ceasefire until all Hamas-led hostages are released. Right now, an estimated 240 people, including Americans, remain held by Hamas militants.
Well, in the next few hours, 2 rabbis in St. Louis County will hold a prayer service calling attention on those hostages. Our Justina Cornell spoke with those organizers. She joins us in studio now with more. Justina.
Yeah, Brent, so I spoke with Rabbi Brigitte Rosenberg with United Hebrew Congregation. Now, she said this 30-day mark is symbolic as it's a period of mourning. Tonight, they will be offering prayers and playing music to uplift them. The organizers also plan to read each and every single name of the hostages. Rabbi Rosenberg tells me the focus would be coming together and remember the captives to show they aren't forgotten. Rosenberg also wore a blue ribbon on her. Now, those blue ribbons are also displayed outside of the synagogue. The ribbons are tied with a sign saying, "Bring them home." I'm told it symbolizes solidarity with the hostages and their families.
We are hopeful that if we keep them in the forefront of our minds, that we can help keep them in the forefront of our government's minds, in the world's minds, so that people are doing what they can to bring them home.
Now, the event will take place at 7 at B'nai Amuna. Some elected officials are expected to be there, including State Senator Brian Williams and representatives for Congresswoman Ann Wagner and Senator Eric Schmidt.
All right, Justina, thanks. For our latest coverage on the Israel-Hamas war and ways you can help those impacted, text the word Israel to 314-425-5355. Right now, St. Louis police say a man is dead after someone set him on fire overnight. Just before 2:30 this morning, police found the body in an alleyway near Oregon Avenue and Wyoming Street. That's in the city's Benton Park West neighborhood. Officers had to put out several small fires at the scene. Several units have been now called in to assist in the investigation.
We believe at this point that the victim is a victim of homicide. And we have called out our partners at the fire department. They're in fire investigation unit, also our bomb and arson unit, and the homicide units responding from the Metropolitan Police Department.
If you know anything about this, call St. Louis Police. You can also remain anonymous by calling Crime Stoppers at 866-371-TIPS.
Right now, 3 construction workers are recovering after a car hit them last night. It happened around 10:30 on New Halls Ferry Road near I-270. Missouri Highway Patrol says the driver was heading north when he drove through a closed construction zone and hit the workers. The victims were taken to a hospital. The driver now arrested for possible DUI.
The Clayton Fire Department had to evacuate a high-rise apartment building this morning due to a carbon monoxide leak. A woman living in Clayton on the Park called it in after her detector went off in her home. Firefighters detected gas on several floors there. They say it was coming from a heater in the boiler room and traveled through the air vents. Everyone in the 23-story building had to evacuate. Firefighters now recommending that everyone install a carbon monoxide detector in their homes.
It's a colorless, odorless gas. It's very dangerous to human health. That's why we recommend anybody, especially on the heels of Fire Prevention Week and Daylight Savings Time, make sure that they check their smoke and CO detectors for their residents.
Paramedics checked some residents there, but no one had to go to the hospital. No one can return home, though, until that carbon monoxide level in each room hits 0.
Well, it can't be Groundhog Day because it's November,
Right.
but it seems we wake up every single day to the same weather on repeat, sunny and much warmer than it should be right now. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell is here to explain it all. Scott?
Yeah, we're still in this pattern that is very conducive to us getting close to record highs across the bi-state area. Tomorrow's likely to be the warmest day of the week as we climb back into the lower 80s. Then we'll get back to reality here by the end of the week. Not a drastic change, but an adjustment to close to average temperatures for this time of year. There's a look right now out in St. Charles. Traffic's on the roll. Sun getting a little lower in the sky, less than an hour from sunset time in St. Louis. But look at these temperatures. 79 in Sullivan and Rolla, 81 at Lake of the Ozarks, as well as Jefferson City. Most of us are in the lower 80s. Scott Air Force Base, I should say, in the 70s. Scott Air Force Base, though, is 81 right now. There's a live look down in Arnold. A few scattered clouds are drifting in and across the area. But for the most part, we haven't seen a whole lot of cloud cover today. Actually, that's a little bit surprising to us. We thought there'd be a little more cloud cover, but either way, it turns out to be a lovely day. Near record warmth for tomorrow. The drought will continue because there's not much of a rain chance over the next few days. Slight chances, but not much. And there's no real cold air in sight. More on that in a few minutes.
All right, Scott, stay close. Well, Greater St. Louis Honor Flight sent its 3,000th passenger to Washington, D.C. today. The organization brings senior vets to our nation's capital to visit memorials in their honor. More than 60 veterans left St. Louis Lambert Airport at around 6 this morning. They'll see the Korean and Vietnam War memorials, Arlington National Cemetery, and more. They're set to come back to St. Louis tonight around 7:30. And this weekend, you can honor veterans with us at the 40th Annual Veterans Day Parade in downtown St. Louis. And be sure to look for the 5 on Your Side live bus in that parade. It all starts at 10:30 Saturday at 18th and Olive. It will make its way down Market Street, passing Soldiers Memorial Military Museum, ending at Tucker.
Preparing for a future after high school without the college debt. The local program training students in construction, computers, and healthcare.
And it is Election Day in Missouri. We highlight regional races that could reshape communities and how your tax money is being used.